All right, we're talking about the movie Passenger. Let's get into it.
I saw these on the car last night. 3 scratches just like that.
You didn't stop, did you?
So, young couple here, they leave their apartment in New York City to go experience van life, living out of your van. And as they're traveling along in their van, going from site to site, just going around, enjoying themselves, they come across during a night drive a gruesome car accident. And the female picks up on it more than the male does. And there seems to be more than just a natural occurrence in this car accident. That's where we start to get this paranormal, creepy entity that will stalk them the rest of this film. This gives that, I would say, road trip horror that we get from Joyride. We get it from Jeepers Creepers, if you will. I mean, even Texas Chainsaw Massacre, it's technically like a road trip horror film. It just ends up being in a house for the last half, right? But so it's that vibe, right? And we don't get a lot of these. So I was really excited to see this. It kind of brought me back to the 2000s style horror movies where there was no agendas, politics, nothing's like that in here. That's just a couple in a van dealing with some demonic shit that's stalking them. But it just doesn't live up to the hype that the initial teaser that has been shown for a while now in theaters. If anybody's been to the theater, you've probably seen it. I think this movie really benefits from less is more. If you've not seen much about this and you're curious, just go watch it. It is worth that much. The short term of this review, it is worth a watch. But it relies on a lot of jump scares, which could be mixed for some people. Sometimes they did really get me. Other times it's like you see it coming. The lore behind the demonic entity, because it is demonic, I'll just give you that. The lore behind the demonic entity that stalks this couple in this van is cool. It's not like super in-depth like Jeepers Creepers or even Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but it's very surface level. It's neat. They go into it, and how they have to get rid of it is like a whole thing. Like I said, I don't want to give up much here, but driving at night is more dangerous than driving at day, and they have to learn that slowly and through the hard way. And there's some really cool moments in this film. There's a moment where they park at a 24-hour gym, right? So they got to go into this gym to use showers, work out, get out of the fucking tiny little van that they've been living in. And it gives them a legal place to keep their van overnight. So nonetheless, they get done working out. He's still lifting or doing whatever the hell he's doing in there, cranking his hog. I really don't know. They barely show it. I think maybe he was on the treadmill. It's fucking weird. It takes him forever. I don't know. Like, I don't know. That's one thing about this film, but it's classic horror tropes. Why do they always split up? Like, all the fucking time. It's like, I'm going to go out and do this. I'm going to do this. Oh, I'm going to go walk to the car alone in the middle of the night. So that's her. She's walking back to the van in the middle of the night, just got a shower, fucking has her hair all fucking wet, everything like that. Walking back to the van, and there was a really cool shot without spoiling it. Obviously, creepy shit's going to start happening, and she takes her eyes off of the van, and when she looks back, the van is moved further. And I thought that was just like really cool because it's building that same tension of, I remember as a kid when, you're running up the fucking steps and, the lights are off and you just feel something's coming up behind you. And we're building that style tension where something's close, something's stalking or something's there. And when we look back to the van to just be like, okay, hurry to the van. Come on, lady, run. The van's not fucking further. And it's like, shit. So that was cool, very creative. But does the scares add up to movies I grew up with, like Joyride and Jeepers Creepers? Maybe on the level of Joyride, if not scarier in moments. I experienced this in theaters with a couple of my friends, which is fun, but I think if I was alone or if I was in my basement watching this in the big 100-inch TV, locked in surround sound headphones, whatever, right? I would have gotten more scared and more immersed because there were just moments, I don't know why. Could have been the mood that night, could have been the theater, I don't know. Fuck, it could have been the film. There was moments where I was just having trouble getting fully immersed into it. But then the moments where it did captivate me, it really did keep me on edge, knock me out of my seat. Even my buddy, he jumped a couple times. And that's why I say stay away from the trailer because it's going to ruin those jump scares. And if only 2 jump scares get you and they're in the fucking trailer, well, there goes the whole film. So that's why horror films just do weird with trailers with me. I try less is more, right? I hear about it, maybe I watch a little bit of the trailer or a teaser at most, and then I turn it off. Once I know I'm sold, I just turn the trailer off. There's no need to finish watching the trailer. I don't need the whole fucking synopsis given to me, let alone every jump scare. But this film was good. I didn't know if I liked it when the credits rolled. I definitely liked it a lot more than other horror films this year, but it's not like some standout favorite that I think I expected going into it. That teaser of the car driving around, if you've seen it, it's worked so good. It didn't even feel like a movie trailer. And I think that kept the bar up high for me because I didn't do any research. I just knew about that teaser, went into this, was like, this shit's gonna blow my socks off. And it did not. It did not. It was creepy. I enjoyed the demonic lore, some fun jump scares. Is it worth a watch at the theater? Horror movie fans, yes, but we're in a fucking weird time right now. I mean, we've got a lot here in May. A lot. I don't even know, is Hokum still in theaters? I think it is. So it's like you got Hokum, Obsession's clearing the box office for horror films right now, let alone just films in general. And now Passenger. And Passenger's just like hiding in the shadows of both of those films. Where do we rank it amongst that? That's another video. All three of them are worth a watch, but which one's taking the cake? I'll make a video on that if I get time to, because that's an interesting conversation. But I think it's worth your time this year to check out. This is going to land better around Halloween time. If you're a horror movie fan, you really were interested in this, check it out, but keep the bar low. To me, it's just a good horror flick, paranormal-ish, demonic-ish, you know what I mean? It fits that vibe all day. You're not going to have heavy gore. There's going to be some violence, but it's not heavy gore film, not a grotesque film. No shock horror moments, right? This relies on more jump scare, creep you out, and unexpected moments, and just a development of the plot on how these characters are going to shake this demon and get it to stop following them. And don't get me wrong, it also relies on heavy tension, right? So when she's walking from the gym to the car, and the car gets, or the van, but the van keeps getting further every time she looks away. And the way that camera pans, there's some really cool shots done in this film where it's just rotating around the character standing still, just the camera's coming all the way around them, and then boom, there's that van again. And then, it's just creating that tension, that chaos, the confusion. There's really good shots. I think filmography was good in this, and I think acting was also good in this. And there's later moments in this film that build really good tension, similar to the edge of your seat, nail biting, like, come on, like where you're yelling. Classic horror tropes here. Why are you splitting up? Why are you doing that? I don't want to give away like certain plot elements here, but it's like, grab that, the entity's weak to that. Why are you not telling him? Why are you not disclosing all the information that you saw to your partner so that you guys can figure this out together? Like classic horror movie stuff. So it's going to get you feeling that way, yelling at the screen in that way. Some people hate that. I like it. It's in almost all good horror films, right? Where you're just like, motherfucker, what are you doing? So there's that, but then there's also like Final Destination style tension, like shit that I thought of. So the entity can do stuff without giving away too much. It doesn't have to fully manifest for shit to happen. It's like they're driving at night. Entity clearly wants them dead, right? It wants them gone. Their car breaks down, pops a tire. Oh, how miraculous. They get out to change the tire. He's taking out the fucking bolts. He's putting them on the ground. Looks away for a second. The bolts miraculously have now rolled under the van where he has to crawl. And now the jack's getting wobbly and it's filming the jack. You know what I mean? So it's like that Final Destination where you're just like, oh God, everything that can go wrong is going to go wrong and this fucking dude's going to get crushed. Right? So you're getting that, but you're getting it in this sense to where it's not in a, like Final Destination's always like tension with comedy and like shock horror and gore. They're putting that little dose, and it's not all the way. It's not in every not every type of kill or every type of horror moment in this is like a Final Destination horror moment. No, there's a lot of just pop-ups and, fighting with the demon and, classic horror shit. But there is moments like that to where we get that, it's that little bit of that Final Destination to where everything that can go wrong is going wrong because the demon's making it happen. and it keeps you on the edge of your seat in that tension of like, oh shit, is this really gonna, is this van gonna crush this fucking dude? So it was cool. It had a little bit of everything, but it's just, I didn't walk away scared shitless or super creeped out or anything like that. I just felt like I had a good time, and it was a good classic style horror movie. It's not one that I'm going to rant and rave about that you have to go see. But if you were super interested and invested in it, you're probably going to check it out. And I'd be curious to know your guys' thoughts on that. If you've seen it, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know down below what you guys are thinking. And let's talk about this, because there's moments where the credits rolled and I was like, I didn't care for this at all. And then I thought about some more. I was like, okay, talking with my buddies, it's like, yeah, it is like a good, fun, classic horror film. Like, it had all the tropes, and it was enjoyable, and it really was, right? I was just being too critical because I think I was too hyped and was expecting to get the shit scared out of me more than I ever was. But as a horror movie, it is a good horror film. It's not cheesy. It's not unwatchable. It's very watchable, and it will get you with some jump scares. So, is it middle of the road? Yeah, maybe a little bit above that, but it's not your it's not a total flop for me. But it's also not a total holy shit, it's gonna scare you. So somewhere in that middle range there, maybe. So let me know. What are you guys seeing this weekend? Did you guys see Passenger, Hokum, fucking Obsession? We got Backrooms coming. A lot of horror movies. We are spoiled. That's all I gotta say. Stay tuned. We'll see you on the next one.